Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LCK matchup.
Already starting to here because he's rotating up. Dudu, slice and dicing. We'll be able to proc that Conqueror there as well as Rascal looking to go back as, oh no, he might be baited into this one. This is danger. As Cuz in position, and yeah, Rascal, I think he might just be dead. Let's see whether he can get himself out of the way of this one. The plans do go down. Flash is up and available as the flash comes forward, and despite Rascal flashing, he's still going to go down.
Yep, set up there.
The dragon, and there we are, we're back. Never you mind. Just making sure that we were getting everything sorted. Yeah, we're on our toes.
Diego Zyra, so no Nocturne. Not sure what happened there, but
a little bit weird. Somewhat of a paranoia scenario, but instead it's just going to be a couple of grubs being picked up here by available around this area as well. They finally get the ward over the wall, but Teddy going to get spotted out. He's going to eat some honey fruit. And Pletter in position. Satep down here as well. There's a lot of DPS. They knock up the Braum. He's going to throw the door out, but he could be in a little bit of trouble. There's the curtains. They have been called. Blastcone's going to be here, though. Pletter going to be absolutely fine, and he just blocks them from being able to answer Ocean Soul this game. A lot of brushes
engagement on now. An immediate Herald, pretty rare. We tend to see them held on for a while, but just sees a window to immediately capitalize and take that mid-tier one.
Yeah.
Big pickup for the Kwangdong Freecs.
Able to move up towards a 3,000 gold lead as well. Make that 4 as this top lane outer turret is going.
Top tier 1 instead. Maybe looking for a pick on a Dudu and letting the dragon go. Your bot tier 1's already just gone anyway, so you can't do much about that. You guys, you see the pings coming out. Looks like they've opted to go for that now, but maybe a little bit late with the setup.
Yeah, you can see Rascal. He's going to do his... Rascal does need to come on over to make sure that he can lock that one down. A trade for an inner turret is not going to be worth it, as they do at least get to work on the outer. So another wave going to be shoved in as the Ram just going to be used to clear out the wave mostly, but doesn't do anything towards this siege minion, and so the inner falls in the bottom lane as well, and that is just not worth it. DRX, unfortunately.
Yeah, Dudu doing a great job backing away so he doesn't get targeted. And Kwangdong Freecs like, look, we don't need to stand around Dragon and do nothing. We'll use our time. If you're going to go top, we'll pressure bot heavily and just extending that gold lead more and more. Get that Dragon in pocket. They're in a fantastic spot. It feels so nice having an Ashe just firing arrows, pinning people down. When you're behind like this, you know, everyone has flash on Kwangdong Freecs. Even if you're spot on with an arrow, I think really for them to push the pace of this game forward, you need to start denying vision around Baron, which they're moving to do.
Yeah. And
just threaten the possibility.
That's a big old flank angle for Rascal. The arrow is not going to connect as Rascal does blow the Orn Horn. Andal not going to be able to interrupt it, and they get the knock up onto Cuz. Stranglethorns goes down, but Rascal able to keep himself healthy. Now the ulti comes through from Bulldog, and in goes Dudu. The massive crocodile will cut down the blacksmith, and Kwangdong Freecs may have just found ulti. Not even invested. Oh, actually, yes, it was. Yeah. He just went boom. Atlas, you watched it with your own eyes. Oh. Arrow will connect. And Sponge is here. He flashes over the wall as Bulldog skates his way out. Can he actually fully escape? And the answer is yes. Zeri, everyone.
It's one of those moments where it's sick arrow and you feel like, hey, I can get that. I can follow up on this, but really you can't do enough to actually make the kill happen. So now you end up losing. Massive. Absolutely. But the ornaments, 3 of them coming out, will help a little bit.
Yep, Sponge not going to get locked up. Ooh, Cuz going to have to flash. That's a decent flash to have as well, as now Sponge in a little bit of trouble. Bulldog, these burst fires really starting to hurt as Rascal going to find the Bellows Breath. There's an ulti from Bulldog, just making sure that he keeps them low. Satep almost just dead incidentally, and Leap is able to lock that one up. Sponge also dead, and Bulldog still just frontlining into DRX. Extendo Beam not going to do it, but oh man. Barely even a fight, and Kwangdong Freecs
in, and now Kwangdong Freecs will get Soul Point and the Baron, and they'll even moving down to secure this, provide some cover for Bulldog.
Teddy actually looking to try and push on over. There's the Ram coming out. They're looking for Andal. They get a flash as the quickness goes down. Frost Shot not going to be enough to slow down the lead. As DRX, of course, not going to be out of the series just yet. Kwangdong Freecs just holding on here in game number 2. They'll have to do it again in game 3 without side selection. Kind of important, but still, this one is looking all but over. Grand Entrance going to connect onto Pletter there, who finally puts up the door. And Extendo Beam actually still going to cut through him. Of course, kind of ignores a lot of what Braum has to offer as Satep rotating over. It will be a 5v5. Let's see whether Rascal can find an angle. Sponge gets a stun onto Bulldog, and he just Nice. Okay, Cuz going to be able to lock down that kill. Now Rascal trying to get himself out of there, and I think Bulldog's just a little bit too fair. The curtains are being called, and I think they are very realistically named in this particular game, as Bulldog does eventually go down, but he's traded for 3.
That's when you know you're too far behind. I think it was the correct play from DRX, but they just didn't have the damage to base Bulldog, and they also just got one shot by Cuz's ult there. The damage,
My God.
Nuke sponge, so unfortunately too little too late for DRX. Their base is being threatened now. There's not much they can do to defend. It looks like it might just be going to game 3.
It's looking like it. 2 inhibitors at least will be going down in unison here, as Teddy not quite with the accuracy that he had in game number 1 in this game. Sometimes you just got to hope that they're going to connect, as now Handel looks for that angle. Finds the knock up as the ram does come down. Good double onto Bulldog and Cuz, but do they have enough? The Stranglethorns come through, and Dudu, he has the Dominus, and he's looking for Teddy. Teddy's still able to do a fair bit of work here, but the Ornn, it's going to go down first, and now it's the Bulldog show. They take down Satab, and Kwangdong Freecs, I think they're done with game number 2, and it's going to be the decider between them and DRX in game number 3. A much better look than the team that is still vying for that last spot in the playoffs. Kwangdong Freecs not going to go down without a fight here in this one, although they are going to leave DRX's base for now, even though it is kind of just in tatters.
Yeah, Soul on the cards, triple inhib down. It's just a matter of finishing off the Nexus at this point. Kwangdong Freecs, after a shaky game 1 with the pressure on, managed to do basically everything they need now to win the game. Now, Ocean Soul in hand, and the base and tatters. Looks like they're going to wait for the Baron in 15 seconds. But DRX, they're going to have super minions pushing in. They want to make something happen now.
Yeah, Andel's going to get taken down to about half health here, as Leaper could be in a little bit of trouble, but he calls the curtains, and in comes Bulldog. The flash out from Teddy is decent, but he is eviscerated by the Stranglethorns. Bulldog now should be able to take down Sponge, who does look for a bit of a reset, but this is all she wrote here for game number 2. Kwangdong Freecs just take them down. Rascal will be chased out by Leaper here momentarily, but I think the base is what we need to be looking at, as Leaper doesn't have his flash, so can't actually get over the wall. And yeah, Captive Audience goes into the brush. That's going to give some vision, and Rascal will be taken down. The Nexus will follow suit, 14-3. Kwangdong Freecs will smash them here in game number 2, 35 minutes, and DRX now get to have one last shot at redemption.
These were the best highlights from today's LCK matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say, okay. See you on the next one.